Okay, let's get started with our chair yoga. So a few important things to note. We want a sturdy chair. Those plastic lawn chairs tend not to be great for this because they're not sturdy enough. This is just a basic folding chair and that's fine. Kitchen chairs work well. We don't want too much cushion in the seat. This has a little bit of cushion. A chair with a wooden seat works well as well, but not something so soft and cushy that you're going to sink into it. You want your chair to be on a non-skid surface. So this is completely on my mat. You could have either the front or the back feet on a mat also to keep it from skidding, because in chair yoga sometimes you may want to do some of the things standing up using the chair just as a basic assist for stability, and we'll talk more about that in a second. And of course, no wheels on the chair. Yeah, that is really important. Okay, so chair yoga. Why chair yoga? Well, we often see chair yoga as not as powerful, not as fitness oriented, but there are good reasons to know how to do yoga in a chair, even if it's just a few poses. One of them is because it's definitely less on the wrists in regular yoga, mat yoga. We're often, we may find ourselves on hands and knees or in downward facing dog, and that puts some pressure on the wrist. It's also mat yoga. We might be on our knees more. So chair yoga takes those things out. Also, from getting down and up. So maybe it is a time right now for you. It could be a day, a week, or it could be just where you are in life right now, where getting down on the floor and standing back up is a lot. So the chair takes that out for us, okay? What's another great reason for doing yoga in a chair? Because we're often sitting. So if you learn some yoga poses to do in a chair, when you're just sitting, you might remember them and say, oh wow, I can do these things, okay? Especially posture. Think about, well, like you might be when you typically sit in a chair and you just let everything go, lose your posture. So you've practiced chair yoga and you're thinking, okay, well, let me sit up straighter in my chair. Reason one, maybe you're at work, right? Or you're sitting behind a computer and you decide, okay, well, I can do some hip opening here while I'm here. I can work my feet and ankles, okay? I can work my wrists. So we want to think about being in a chair as an opportunity to move as well, okay? So let's get started here. I'm sitting at the edge of my chair, and you want to also, and sometimes I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. We want the feet, the ankle directly under the knee. You want to be at the edge of your chair. Now, if your feet don't reach the floor entirely, you could put a book or a block under, okay, and sit up nice and tall like that. Okay. So we're going to start with breath. All yoga starts with breath. So the spine is long, arms by your side. And let your breath smooth out. And if you like, you can defocus your eyes or even close them. And just observe your breath. Now let's start to notice the flow of breath. Put one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart. And as you exhale, let your belly button move closer to your spine. And notice how the breath moves up past the heart and out through the nose. And then inhale through the nose. And observe the breath as it comes in past the heart. And it goes all the way into the belly, pressing against your hand. And just do that a few times on your own, observing the flow of your breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. And after your next exhale, just let your breath come back to normal. Put your hands comfortably on your legs, okay? And just take a moment here to notice with just a few breaths, how is the body feeling? Maybe you feel a little calmer. Take your hands by your side and we'll deepen. We want to keep the sit bones in good contact with the chair here, palms out, and draw energy up, lengthening through the spine. Maybe the shoulders start to come up toward the ears here, so we take them back down. Maybe the arms say, okay, that's far enough, or maybe it's okay to go higher. Maybe the elbows need to be bent a little bit. Yoga is always about finding what is best for you at any moment. Now we're going to turn the palms out and exhale, and as you exhale, you continue to lengthen your spine. So do that a couple more times. Remember, you're going to your point of comfort and movement right now. And we'll be doing lots to open the shoulders and open the side body and stuff. So this range of motion may change. Just remember, keep the spine long. Breathe in through the nose. And then exhale. And take a breath here. So we're going to do some basic yoga moves to open the spine and move it in the various directions that it moves in. Okay, so put your hands comfortably, let's say with the knees here, okay? And I'll turn sideways so you can see what I'm doing. And arch your back, shine your heart up without throwing your head back. This is called cow, sway back of the cow. And then round forward and take your gaze towards your lap. And this is called cat. We're arched like a Halloween cat. Arch and look. Well, shine your heart forward and just let your head follow the spine. And then round and gaze towards your lap. So just do that a couple times. Oh, we're balancing out the spine with forward and back movements. And the next time you're gazing towards your lap, just hold here. And come on up to seated, and you may need to reposition so that your sit bones are once again balanced on the chair. You're pretty much at the edge of your seat, yes. And let's go ahead and do some side to side movements. So let your left hand just be down by your side and your right arm up again. It might go this far. The elbow might want to stay bent right now, or it might be straight up, but try and avoid hiking your shoulder up towards your ear. Inhale, and as you exhale, start gently leaning toward the left. That left hand is free. And then bring your right arm down and left arm up. And we're going to be warming this movement up like this, side to side. So you might go a little deeper each time. You might stay in the same place. You do not have to overexert. And we're going side to side. This is an important way that the spine moves. We went forward and back. It moves side to side. Now the next time you're tilted over to the left, stay here. So we warmed things up. Now we're really doing maximum lengthening for now. And then float your left arm up. Notice what starts to happen. Your core has to start to engage. Inhale and exhale. And bring the arms up, right arm down, and tilt to the right now. We're staying here. And floating the right arm up so it's parallel to the earth here. The core engages, the side lengthens a little more. Arms up and bring your palms together and bring your hands to your heart. Inhale and exhale. All right, so the other two directions that the spine moves in is twisting, and we're going to work on that now. So let's go ahead and just hold on, opposite elbow, opposite hand to opposite elbow, keeping those hips grounded, and slowly twist to the right and center, to the left and center. And move the torso, not just the arms. We're not just waving the arms in space. We're moving the torso. As a matter of fact, a good way to make sure that's happening is bring your hands to your heart, now with a long spine twist. So if you keep your hands to your heart, your whole torso has to move and not just the arms. And now that we've got that, let's come back to this elbow and twist right to left. All right, now we're going to do that with long arms, so take your arms out to the side, inhale, and twist. See what a difference this makes with the arms long. Lengthen the spine, twist left. Lengthen, twist right. And lengthen, twist left. And come center and bring your hands down. So let's do some nice shoulder rolls here. Shoulders up, back and down. We spend a lot of time hunching forward during the day or even just reaching forward. So we're going to be taking the shoulders up, back and down several times, and then just a couple of times forward and down. So just to balance that out a little bit. And now you can hold on to the back of your chair here and just reach the heart forward, opening up the front shoulders. And release, shake the arms out, and just go ahead and wave your legs open and closed a few times, maybe move things around. We're getting ready for a lot more energetic poses, so let's make sure we're a little bit warmed up here. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so if you came here thinking chair yoga, I won't have to work my core, well, no, that is incorrect. We will be doing some seated core moves. Now, just sitting up in your chair with your spine long and your feet grounded, your core is working. Inhale and exhale, and we'll get it to work a little more. Take your right foot to the ball of the foot, to the toes here, and start to lift that knee slowly. And let it lower and down. We're keeping the spine long and straight the whole time. Left foot to the toes, up and down. Okay, so that's great core engagement, keeping the hips grounded. Okay, and you can put your hands on your waist if you like, or just have them down by your side. Now, how can we make this a little more? We're going to take the right leg up and possibly straighten it. Bend and bring the foot down, take the right leg up That's your left leg actually. Straighten it, bend, and tap down. We're going to do that 4 times, and if the straightening didn't work for you, you can just keep your knee bent. So it's up, and we're going to either tap down and up 4 times or straighten, bend, and tap. Notice this is a tap. It's not a foot plant. When we tap, it takes more energy and more work than planting the foot. And after your 4th time, now plant your right foot, go on the left. So it's either tap up and down 4 times or up, straighten, bend, tap down, up. When we work the core, we want to keep things nice and slow and not rush through, so it's not an up fling. We're controlling. Woo! And bring the feet down, and that could have made things a little tight up here, so we're going to stretch the legs out a bit. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways now so you can see. A little more core work to do here. At the edge of your seat here, and the feet are planted. Now bring your hands, this is how the hands look in front. Okay, and we're going to start to lean back and feel the core engage. Now take your right arm out and in. Take your left arm out and in and sit up. Okay, I'll demonstrate that from the front too. Come with me. We're at the edge of our chair. Spine is long. Hands are to the heart here. And we lean back, feeling the core engage here. And it's right arm, left arm, and up. Now we're going to definitely add on to that. So let's take it back. We'll start on the left this time. Left arm, right arm, now double arms, and up. Are you feeling your core? Take it back. We'll start on the right, go left, go double, and up. Now we're ready to really add on. Take it back. We'll start on the right, go left, double, stay here, go left, go right, go double, and now sit up. All right, we're going to go through that one more time. Take it back, go right, left, double, left, right, double, and up. Okay, shake it out, shake those legs out. Inhale and exhale. Okay, so now we want to do obliques as well. So make sure you're grounded on your chair, okay? And bring your hands behind your head. Yeah, we'll keep them behind the head without pressing the head forward. Sit up nice and tall, and just take your right elbow over to the right, and up, and to the left, and up. We're going side to side here, and up, and left, and up. We're going to add on here. Take it to the right, and up. Now take it to the right, extend your arms, and up. You may notice when you extend the arms, there's a little more effort required. Left, and extend the arms left, and up. Take it right, and up, extend arms, and up. Take it left, and up, extend arms, and up. We're taking it to the right. Stay here now. Extend the arms, bring them back. Extend, bring them back. Extend, bring them back. One more. Extend, bring them back. Take it up to the left. Extend, bring them back. Extend, bring them back. And third time. And one more. And bring it up. and shake it out. So we use our core a lot in yoga with balancing poses and standing sequences, and again, seated. Good for the spine, have a strong core. So let's go ahead and start to work on some balancing. Now I did mention you may want to do some things standing using the chair for support. So we're going to go ahead and do a seated balance pose, and I'll show you how to do it standing as well. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and tall, take the gaze forward to something that isn't moving, and take your right hand by your side. Start to lift that right knee. Okay, now draw your left arm up by your ear. So the trick to balancing when you're in the chair is keeping your sit bones grounded. So we're not doing this, right? We're balanced here. And then release. And then it's going to be left knee, right arm. This is called sun and moon pose. And release. Okay, if you're going to remain seated, continue working on that, even closing your eyes to see how that feels. Okay, if you're standing, if you want to try it standing, it's a light touch on the chair. We're not leaning into the chair. Light touch on the chair, and we're going to raise our right knee and our left arm. If you start to feel like it will work for you, you can always release your touch on the chair. It's always there for you when you, somewhere, when you need to come back to it. And release, okay? All right, so the way to do this is just to move to the other side. If you're going to the left, light touch, and left knee up, right arm up. And if you feel like it's okay for you to release, you release. Good. And shake it out. All right, so if you've been seated, you've done quite a number of sun and moons. Okay, and we're going to now do an opposite arm, opposite leg lift with the legs straight. We often do this on hands and knees in a mat yoga practice. So go ahead and take your right leg straight out with the heel to the mat. Okay, and then we're going to lift the left arm by the ear and lift the right leg. Well, there's a lot going on here. And bring it down. Take your left leg out, lift, and release. And if you're remaining seated, continue working on that. If you want to do it with your hands on the chair standing, okay, you're going to have both hands on the chair, and this time your leg goes back and the arm comes up. One leg back, opposite arm up. That's the opposite arm, opposite leg lift. It's also sometimes called bird dog. All right, and then just finish up when you're even. Start to shake things out. Breathing, inhale and exhale. So let's get those hips more open. So we're going to do this seated. Again, we'll start seated here, and then I'll show you how to do some of the things with the chair, just using the chair for a little bit of stability. So let's sit up, and the first thing we're going to do is just let the knees kind of open and close here. So the legs are starting to get a little bit warmed up. We're going to sit up nice and tall and start some rainbows. So take your right foot to the ball of the foot, lift the knee, and take the right leg out to the right and back to center. And we want to avoid doing this, right? We want to stay straight forward. And maybe those rainbows get a little bigger each time. This is a great thing to do while you're seated. and one more, bring it down. It's a nice little rainbow stretch for the hip. Now we'll do it on the left, open and in. And maybe they get a little bigger each time. And then go ahead and wave those knees out, inhale and exhale. We're going to take the legs wide now with the toes out to the side and bring your hands just above the knees to the thighs here. And start to, with a long spine, so the spine stays long, we're folding from the hip creases, start to fold forward. Adductor stretch, can you feel that? And you take this as far as you want to go, paying attention, right? And then slowly bring it up. And we're going to come back to that adductor stretch. And you probably notice as you come forward, your hands are pressing out a bit, helping to increase that stretch. And one more. Okay, let's bring the feet back to hip width distance. Another hip stretch that we do in yoga is rock the baby. Well, let's do rock the baby. So raise your right leg, and you could be doing this seated on a mat too. We often do this. The opposite leg would be extended. And we're just going to take the leg side to side. Now, what if this is like not comfortable for you? Then just hold on to your leg and take it side to side. Okay, now if your leg is up here, you can bring your right ankle across your left thigh, make sure your right foot is flexed, and we're in pigeon pose. If this is not good for you right now, cross at the ankles instead, okay? So either way, we're coming up here, and with a long spine, start to lean forward. So this is a seated pigeon, and again, you could be crossed at the ankles instead. Make sure your right foot is flexed. That is a beautiful hip stretch. All right, come on back to center and release. So we're going to take the left leg up again. You can rock the baby this way. You can put your left foot in your right hand and rock the baby this way. We want to keep the torso forward. Okay, we're not moving the torso, we're just moving the leg to open the hip. And then if your leg is up here, you can take your left ankle across your right thigh with the left foot flexed, or once again, come into the ankle cross. It could be different. One side could be different from the other. So let's lengthen the spine and lean forward. Oh. Feel that nice hip release in a seated pigeon pose. Great, and then come on up and release and shake things out. All right, so we want nice strong arms as well, and we're going to do that with chaturanga moves, okay? I'll turn sideways. Now in the chair, if you're seated, you're going to take your arms straight forward, keeping the arms close to the body with the palms facing forward. Press back. I'll bet you can feel your triceps. Take your arms forward and press back. Now, if you have a very sturdy chair, you can put your hands on the back of the chair, take your legs back, and once again press down and up. You can also do this standing at a wall. Can you see this with the wall here? Okay, back and up. So we need to work our triceps quite a bit now because we use our biceps a lot during the day just to go up, lift things. So we want to focus on the triceps. All right, so let's do a couple more from wherever you are, seated, tricep. And this is our chaturanga. This is what we do in chaturanga. And release and shake out the arms. Inhale and exhale. Alrighty, so let's do some classic yoga poses. We would do them standing with very wide legs, starting with the warrior one. Take your right leg out to the side and point your right toes to the right. You're very much at the edge of your chair here. As a matter of fact, your left cheek is going to be off the chair and take your left leg back. Okay, so position yourself here, facing over your right leg, and start to draw the arms forward and start to lift. We want to keep a long spine when we lift. So if you feel yourself dumping back into your spine, just leave your arms wherever before that happens. Okay? And then we lift into warrior one. Yeah, there you go. Warrior one. And now we're going to open the arms out to the side and find ourselves in warrior two. The arms are in line with the shoulders and we gaze past the right fingertips. Warrior one, warrior two. Good. Now bend your right elbow and without pressing into your thigh, just rest your right forearm on your right leg and bring your left arm overhead, and this is side angle. Now variations here could be to bring your left arm by your ear, and another variation is to let your right hand come down. And one final thing we'll do in our warrior series is let the left hand come gently to the left leg, turn the right palm up, and lean back, called reverse warrior. And a balance challenge is taking your gaze toward your right fingertips. And then release. Ooh, come back to center. It's always good to shake things around, move things around. And we'll set up to the left. So the left toes are facing to the left. Remember, we're going to be half on and half off the chair. We're back, and you may need to readjust things here. Turn towards your left leg, draw the arms forward, and up. Okay, same thing really if you're standing, just using the chair for support. I'll stand to the side, you would stand behind, okay? And you may keep one hand on the chair for support, okay? And then open the arms, seated or standing, open into warrior two. Again, the chair is here. Bend your elbow for side angle. The right arm can be straight up. It can go over your ear. The left fingertips can point down. Variations on side angle. And finally, bring the right hand to the right leg, left palm up, and reach back. And for a balance challenge, you might take your gaze toward your left fingertips. Ooh, release, and bring everything forward. How are you doing? Inhale and exhale. So, can chair yoga challenge you? I think you're seeing that it actually can, right? Now, let's just reposition ourselves. nice and tall in the chair. And at this point, when we put our hands on our legs, we want to be careful. I'm just turning sideways so you can see. Have the shoulders over the hips, right? Ears over shoulders. So not leaning forward like this. Okay, we're nice and tall in our chair. Inhale and exhale. We're going to do a little downward facing dog now. So go ahead and take your feet forward. Okay, and you can point your toes down so that your feet are as touching as possible, but they may be lifted, and that's okay. And bring your hands to your thighs with a nice straight spine. Walk your hands down your thighs. You might be here. That would be fine. You might be here. Now a down dog on a chair, you can do standing several ways. So if you are staying seated, just walk your hands up your legs and down your legs a few times. Down dog standing on the chair, you can put your hands on the back of the chair, extend your spine, take it back. So down dog, what we really want is a lot of spinal extension, so we're getting that. And another way to use the chair for down dog is to put your hands on the seat of the chair, and that brings us more into that V shape that is more common in a mat yoga practice with downward facing dog. And walk forward. Now, both of those are great, and now that you've done that, you've seen that, as you walk around your house, you might notice a countertop, right? And you put your hands on the countertop and say, whoa, I'm doing a down dog. I'm getting a nice little spinal extension here. Maybe you have walls in your house and you do a down dog like this. Think about lengthening the spine. That's what we want in down dog. All right, so finish up, and if you're standing, go ahead and walk back. Now, come to seated, sit up nice and tall. We'll take a few breaths. We're going to finish off, well, almost finished, with a little leg strengthening. Okay, so in yoga, we do a pose called chair. Well, we're already in a chair, and so what are we going to do about that? I'm going to turn definitely sideways so you can see this. We're starting out seated, so we're going to stand. Bring your hands to your heart. Now the feet are slightly behind the knees here, okay? But we want to keep the spine long. We don't want to lean forward here. So bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale, and on your next inhale, stand up. There are those legs. Now exhale. Slowly come down. Woo! All right, stand up and slowly come down. And you can do it with your arms long. Yep, and that's chair in a chair. Oh. All right, shake it out. That's a lot, but that is an awesome functional movement. Okay, we need to be able to get ourselves up and down out of a chair, right? Off of the throne, as some people call it, right? So we need to make sure that we've got the strength and stability to continue to do that long into our health span. Okay, alrighty. So now let's just come back to our nice seated with the feet grounded. Remember, they can be on a block. Hands positioned so that the shoulders are still over the hips, ears over the shoulders, and just breathe. And once again, defocus, maybe close your eyes if that's comfortable to you. And just notice what has gone on in your body. Can you feel energy moving? We're going to prepare ourselves for final relaxation. So now, this is when we get to just sit back in the chair and take any comfortable position. Okay. Inhale and exhale. And just lean back. Let the chair support you. Let the earth support you. Take a nice inhale through the nose and a nice soft exhale through the mouth. And once again, either defocus or close your eyes, whichever is more comfortable for you right now. And just be. We're just here. Our work is done. We're letting the chair and the earth support us, and just let the breath take its natural movement. Slowly begin to bring your awareness back to your space. Invite a deeper breath. Gently begin to bring movement back to your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And on your next inhale, stretch your arms up, maybe stretch the legs out. And then exhale, give yourself a nice little hug here. And come back to a nice easy seat. Sit up a little straighter, bring your hands to your heart. As you turn your gaze to your own good heart and your bright spirit, thank and honor yourself for your practice, and we thank and honor each other for sharing this time. Namaste.